Good morning, student. In the last class, we had looked about the different approaches to human development. We've seen these four approaches: income, welfare, basic need approach, and capability approach. Then we looked different ways and different indicators measuring human development. So, measuring of human development. Inside this, we looked upon different index developed to measure human development, like the first one is HDI, Human Development Index, which is on the basis of mainly performances in the key area of health, education and access to resources. Then we looked upon HPI, Human Poverty Index, which is mainly measures the shortfall in human development. So here, in case of HDI, the achievements in human development, and in case of HPI, Human Poverty Index, it was shortfall in human development was measured, and on the basis of that, different rankings used to be given to different countries of the world. Then on the basis of this Human Development Index, United Nations Development Program used to publish Human Development Report every year since 1990. 1990 के बाद से ये continuously UNDP is publishing Human Development Report, which was mainly on the basis of Human Development Index and the work of Dr. Hug and Amartya Sen. After that, we have seen the linkages between the political freedom and the corruption. So there found a link between the level of corruption or political freedom in a particular region, and on the basis of that, there was some sort of linkage developed. Then we looked into the special case of Bhutan, where they officially proclaimed the gross national happiness. So instead of all the positive things, positive attitude, instead of material progress, technological development, their main point is on the environment and other cultural and spiritual life of Bhutanese people. So all these things we looked, all these indicators we looked one by one. Then today we need to start our class with international comparison. So international comparison of human development are very interesting. Size of the territory and the capital per capita income are not directly related to the human development. So all these things we already seen, that instead of per capita income or instead of size of the territory, other things have taken up the central stage, and other things include the people taken the central position in defining the ranking of different countries. So on the basis of that, often a smaller country have done better than larger country in case of human development. Similarly, sometimes relatively poor nations has been ranked higher than richer neighbors in terms of human development. For example, here Sri Lanka and Trinidad and Tobago. Sri Lanka is towards the south of India, and this Trinidad and Tobago is a country in West Indies, Caribbean island. Okay, so these two countries are having a higher rank than India in human development index, despite these countries are smaller economy in terms of per capita income, as well as smaller country in terms of area, size, GDP, all these things. Similarly, if we look into the index within the different states of India, we will found that Kerala performs much better than the northern states of Punjab, Haryana and Gujarat in terms of human development, despite Kerala having a lower per capita income. So Gujarat, Punjab has much higher per capita income as comparison to the Kerala, but on the basis of the ranking of human development, Kerala performs much better than these Punjab and Gujarat. So all these things shows that instead of just per capita income and the size of territory, now lifestyle and the opportunities and the freedom to the people now takes the central stage, and on the basis of education, literacy level, opportunities, options available to the citizen, now country are ranked higher on these parameters instead of just economic parameters. So on the basis of all these characteristics, different countries of the world has been classified into 4 groups, which is shown in figure, which is shown in table 4.2. Just see it: human development, categories, criteria and countries. So level of human development, score in the development index and the number of country. So very high level of human development, the country will be called a very high level of human development when their score in terms of development index is more than 0.800. Means out of there is a ranking or score in between 0 to 1, and out of these or in between these score, if some country will score better than 0, having a score better than 0.8, in that case that country will lie in the category of very high level of human development consisting countries. So there are 59 countries of the world lying in this very high ranking human development index. Then comes the score between the 0.7 to 0.799. So whatever country of the world lying or is having a score in that range will be characterized as high level of human development consisting countries, and there are 53 countries of the world lying in this category. So 59 plus 53, approximately 112 countries of the world are either in the category of high or very high level of human development consisting countries. Then comes this medium level of human development showing country, and for that they are in between the score of 0.55 to 0.70 in terms of human development index, and there are 39 countries of the world lying in that category. And then comes the rest 38 countries of the world which is having a score less than 0.549 in terms of development index and is categorized as low level of human development showing countries of the world. So we'll look it into details one by one. So countries with very high human development index are those which having a score more than 0.8 on a index scale. As I already told, there are 59 countries in that category, and here the next table 4.3 is showing the top 10 countries in terms of human development in the world. So these are the top 10 countries of the world showing a very high value index and is having a very high human development ranking. So these countries of the world are mainly Norway, Switzerland. Just see it. First ranking is given to Norway, then Switzerland, then comes Australia, Ireland, Germany, Iceland, Hong Kong, Sweden, Singapore, and then Netherlands. Just I am showing these countries over the map. Just wait it. Where these countries are. So first country of the world is Norway. So here Norway is one of the Scandinavian country north of Germany. Germany के ऊपर देखो Scandinavian country है Norway. So Norway is the first country. Then comes the Switzerland. Switzerland is also in Europe, just down of Germany. Germany के नीचे देखो. That is फ्रांस के वेस्टर्न साइड एंड जर्मनी के साउथ में स्विट्स. So in short it is written Swiss above Italy. So this is the country Switzerland. Then comes Australia, Ireland and Germany. Germany is just above Switzerland. फ्रांस के ऊपर देखो, फ्रांस के नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न पार्ट पे जर्मनी है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ यू ऑलरेडी नोज. This is Australia. So this is Australia, Germany, and one country is leaving behind is Ireland. Ireland, then Iceland, then Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a part of China now. Just see it. Macau के बगल में there is a Hong Kong region near to Guangzhou. Then the different countries like Iceland and Ireland. Iceland is an island country. Just see it above United Kingdom, and Iceland is a country between Greenland and United Kingdom. UK और Greenland के बीच में ये Iceland हो गया. Then Netherlands is this country west of Germany. That is a country between Germany and United Kingdom is Amsterdam. Amsterdam is the capital of Netherlands. So the country name is Netherlands. Then Ireland is there. Singapore, Sweden and Hong Kong. Sweden, just see it, Norway के ईस्ट में Sweden. This is Sweden. Ireland is UK का half part. Ireland is a separate country just west of United Kingdom. London के west में देख लो. This is Ireland. Few more countries are there like Singapore is there. Sweden I already showed, and Netherlands I already showed. West of Germany is Netherlands. Singapore is a small country in southwestern part of India. Southeastern Asia में देखो Singapore. Malaysia, in Malaysia you will find this Singapore. Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur के south पे देखो, this is Singapore, a very small country. So all these countries are having a very high human development report and human development index. So these countries are in the category of very high level of human development. And after that comes the category of high human development group, which has 53 countries in the world. Education and healthcare is one of the important government priority in all the countries of the world. Countries with higher human development are those where a lot of investment in social sector has been taking place along with the level of good governance. Altogether, a higher investment in people and good governance has set up these group of countries apart from others. So these 53 countries which comes under the category of high level of human development is having few things very important. First thing is a lot of investment is there in the social sector, and there is a very good governance from the government side. So governance is good governance. Government of that country works on the philosophy of good governance. At the same time, investment in social sector, investment in people are on the higher side. And these things make these countries apart from other countries of the world. So in these countries, education, healthcare, opportunities to the people, options to the people are on a higher side, and that's why these countries are said to be countries with high level of human development. There is a newspaper report which shows that India ranked 126 in human development index. So this is according to human development report of 2006. It is mentioned here. So India was 126th rank as per human development index based on human development report of 2006, and according to HDI report of 2000, human development index report of 2018, India rank has further gone down to 130. What could be the reason for India to be behind 129 countries in terms of HDI? This is the question. What could be the reason behind? ठीक है, 2006 में 126th रैंक था, and now India is 138 at the 138th rank. So what are the reasons? India is one of the leading country, one of the largest country of the world, have ample of resources are there in India. India is amongst the top 5 country in terms of GDP. India is an economy of more than 3.5 trillion. So why India is lagging behind? The main reason of lagging behind, the main reason for lagging behind of India is investment for the people. Investment in terms of people and level of good governance. So in India, people are not taken as human capital, human resource, and that is the main reason, besides some other governmental economic conditions or restrictions in terms of not allowing private sector into the India before 1991. After 1991, this restriction has slows down. This restriction has slashed out, and now India is also allowing different companies and countries in terms of foreign direct investment, and all these things have came up. India is now India is having one of the open currency nowadays, and all these things, all these recent changes to allow foreign investment in India has not slightly changing the picture, but the main reason behind the lower ranking is not investment or very minimum investment in terms of human capital. So all these things are there. So try to find percentage of the country income spent on these sectors. So if we look into the detail of the investment of government, especially in terms of people, investment in people, or investment in terms of social sector, investment in social sector in terms of percentage and other characteristics. So these all countries which are in the category of high and very high human development countries, all these countries have a common level of more investment in social sector and more investment in people. Besides all these given things, what are the more common things, what are the common characteristics of all these higher and very high human development showing countries? So if we looked into detail, we can say easily that most of them are formal imperial power. The degree of social diversity in all these high and very high human development showing country are comparatively lesser social diversity and not very high social diversity. At the same time, all these countries are either located in Europe or represents some sort of industrialized Western world. So all these countries which are in the category of high or very high ranking are either from Europe, or they represent the industrialized Western world. They have linkages with these Western European countries or Western industrialized world, developed world. Definitely there is some of the non-European countries as well, but all these countries have some sort of common and similarity, and that's why on the basis of this similarity, all these countries lie in the category of high or very high human development index showing country. Now if we look into the medium level of human development showing country, there are 39 countries in the medium level of human development index, and most of these countries are either emerged in the period of Second World War, or they are former colonies of the erstwhile Soviet Union. So either all these medium level of human development showing countries are either recently emerged country just at the time of Second World War, or either all these countries are the part of Soviet Union, which will be breaked up with the disintegration of Soviet Union during 1990. Many of these countries are rapidly improving in terms of human development score by adopting more people-oriented policies and reducing social discrimination. So earlier this country is facing the problem of social discrimination. At the same time, their approach is not people-oriented. These countries, after getting separated, after getting independence, after the Second World War, or after disintegrating from the former Soviet Union, they are now adopting a more people-oriented policies and reducing a level of social discrimination in their home environment, and that's why these countries are now exhibiting a better performance than the least developed countries or rest low level of human development showing countries. So there is some sort of improvement because of their policy adaptation towards the people, their people-oriented policies, and reduction of social discrimination in their home countries. So all this country is now changing rapidly, very fastly. These countries have one more thing in common, that is these countries have much higher social diversity. So instead of the higher and very high human development showing country which are having a very less social diversity, these medium human development showing countries are having a more and higher social diversity than the countries with higher human development scores. So higher human development score countries having a lesser social diversity, whereas medium human development score showing countries have relatively higher social diversity. Many of these medium human development score showing countries have faced political instability and social uprising in a recent history. Either they have some sort of political instability, maybe they are fighting for their independence and got independence recently after the First World War or at the time of disintegration of former Soviet Union, or maybe some people's movement, social uprising, some sort of civil war has been taken place in the recent history, and so that they will get separated and adopted a new policies of people oriented policies, and with time they are reducing a level of social discrimination in their home country. There are 38 countries which left over and is showing the rest low level of human development countries. So under the category of low level of human development, there are rest 38 countries. Large proportion of these countries are comparatively very smaller countries going through or having some sort of political issue, political turmoil, social instability, maybe social instability in the terms of civil war, some sort of natural calamities, famine or regular flood and droughts, high incidence of chronic diseases. So all these things are very common in these countries which is showing a very low level of human development, and there is an urgent need to address all these things, all these requirements, so that this group through well throughout policies, so that this group will come up in future with a better policies. So international comparison of human development shows some very interesting result. Often people tend to blame low level of human development on the culture of the people. So for example, we can take it that all this discussion which we have done in this chapter will show a comparatively different picture, very interesting facts. Generally it is very often narrowly considered that countries showing a very low level of human development are mainly because of the people and their culture of the given country, but that is not the case. For example, let us just try to understand it with the help of this example. Country X has lower human development because its people follow Y religion. Some sort of things like this, that some country XYZ is having a very low level of human development because that country will follow some particular religion, or that country is belonging to some particular community. So all these things are misleading, and these things, this misleading concept and facts will be get cleared with the international comparison of human development with the comparatively reverse and different sort of interesting result and pictures. So to understand why a particular country keeps reporting a low or a very medium or a very high or high level of human development, it is important to look at the pattern of government expenditure on social sector and political environment of the given country. So to decide the level of development, the main factor here is the pattern of government expenditure on the given country, on the social sector, and at the same time political environment. Is there any kind of political instability or not, or the amount of freedom people are enjoying in that particular country? All these factors are important in deciding the level of and ranking of a country in deciding the level of human development in the given country. So country with higher level of human development invest more on the social sectors. These countries are generally free from political turmoil and instability. Distribution of resources is also very equitable in such a country which is having a more ranking or which is having a higher human development report or human development ranking. On the other hand, the country or the places with low level of human development tend to spend more on defense or other thing, defense rather than social sector. So whatever country which is showing a very low level of human development, there is a tendency that such countries is having a having a enemy front. Enemy front means उनके बॉर्डरिंग कंट्री, उनके नेबरिंग कंट्री के साथ उनके रिलेशन अच्छे नहीं है एंड कैसा है, दुश्मन वाला बॉर्डर है. फ्रंट जो है उनका वो instead of friendly front there is an enemy front in such a countries, and that's why their more of their spending or more of their money used to be spent over the defense rather than social sector. So लोगों के ऊपर पैसा खर्च करने की जगह लोग क्या करते हैं, उस कंट्री का ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा जो अर्निंग है, जो टैक्सेस से जो मनी आ रहा है, वो किस चीज़ में स्पेंड हो रहा है, डिफेंस एरियाज में, टू strengthen their border. Why? Because such a country is having a enemy front instead of friendly environment at the border area. So these all things shows that these country need to be located in the area of some sort of political instability or some sort of political turmoil and not able to initiate accelerated economic development. And because these countries have been indulged in some sort of enemy front, because these countries are indulged in some other things, they cannot able to focus or they cannot able to initiate economic development, and that's why these countries are placed under the category of low level of human development. So that's it from my side for today. I think it's enough. Just discuss these two objective question and then rest will be your assignment. First question is, which one of the following best describe development? So which out of these four, which of the following will best describe development? A positive change in, just see it, an increase in size, a constant in size, a positive change in quality, a simple change in quality. So I think C is the correct answer, a positive change in quality. Now the second question is, which one of the following scholars introduced the concept of human development? So who among the following introduced the concept of human development? As we already discussed, this is Dr. Mehboobu'l Haq of Pakistan. So these Mehboobu'l Haq were the scientists who introduced the concept of human development, and then he get coordinated with Professor Amartya Sen, but Mehboobu'l Haq was the one who introduced this concept. So that's it for the day. We will start the next chapter into the next class. Stay tuned. Finish all the exercises, all the questions from the exercises. Bye bye. See you in the next class.